Do you think I'm a good child?
What is the definition of being a good child? I've not heard that you drink and then you fell inside gutter. Alhamdulillah.
Have you ever drank alcohol before?
No.
Mommy?
No.
Mommy? Baileys?
Okay. Well,
Did you wait till you married
to do what?
to have?
What do you mean by that?
I remember like when I first started doing social media, it was very hard to explain to you what I was doing. When I see you, like when I'm like, oh mom, let's do a TikTok or come on my podcast, but there's always this hesitation. Is it because it's something new? Is it because of shame? Is it because of fear? What is it?
I never knew it was this deep. Initially, I find it so difficult to comprehend.
If I told you I didn't want to have kids, what would you say?
And I know you tell me why you don't want to have kids.
I just don't want children. I want to be an auntie.
That's not possible.
But you see what I mean, mommy? I'm telling you something about myself and you're like, no, that's not possible.
I mean, normal thing is for me to say no.
No, it's not normal. You can say you disagree, but you can't say no about a decision that has to do with me and my body.
Oh, okay.
What if I said I never wanted to get married?
Well, I disagree.
Welcome to Am I Too Loud, the podcast. I just want to let you know, I don't think you've ever seen me this nervous in my entire life. And you might understand why, because the first guest on, first of all, welcome back to Am I Too Loud, the podcast with Sofi, aka the mother of Odditty, and beside me is the mother who gave birth to me, the woman who let this happen, my mom, Mrs. Ibrahim. Mommy, say hi.
Hi, everyone.
Guys, if you know me, you know that my mom means a lot to me. I love my mom very much. First of all, I am currently in Windsor, Canada, and we are not recording at home. Clearly, this is the first time we're recording in a studio because my brother lives in Canada and my mom came to visit. And so we're all sort of like hanging out together, and we launched season 2 and it's been really special. The reception has been amazing. I'm so glad you guys loved it, and it only made sense because we've been hearing you guys wanting a guest, and I want you guys to know that this podcast is pretty special because I just don't want any guest. Okay, I want to be so established that you understand that when people come here, they're here for the truth. They're here to understand how loud you can get, how vulnerable, how honest, how uncomfortable it could be sometimes. I thought it would be special to start having guests on the podcast by having my mom here. And you might wonder why I'm so nervous. I'm going to tell you a little bit about my mom. And mommy, you have to talk. Oh.
I will talk. I'm ready to talk.
Really? You guys, I wish you could hear my heart beating so fast right now. Okay, so I don't know. First of all, we miss Donald. Everybody say hi, Donald. Let me say hi, Donald.
Hi, Donald.
We miss Donald. Donald, this is the first episode as well that I've not had Donald with me, so it's just me. We're raw dogging this, and I'm really nervous. I'll be very honest, and I think it also doesn't help that my mom is here because I feel like if you know me, you know I yap a lot. But I yap a lot with the idea that my mom isn't listening. And every time I yap, I literally would be like, Mommy, if you're listening to this, I'm lying. Or, Mommy, if I'm listening to this, don't listen to it. And so this is the woman I say, Mommy, if you're listening, this is my mom. So my mom is 65 years old. She just turned 65. Mommy, introduce yourself, Mommy.
Okay. My names are Olanrewaju Ibrahim, Neve Folami. I am born and bred Lagosian into the family of the Folami in Oroke, Itiosa local government. I turned 65 on Sunday, May 25th. I say Alhamdulillah, and which of Allah's favor can I deny? None. He had been so faithful to me, he had brought me to this level, and I say Alhamdulillah. So to everyone watching, my mom is late, of blessed memory. I love her so much. My father is 92. Alhamdulillah, we still pray for long life for him and good health. And I have 2 kids. I have a son and I have a daughter who is carrying me here to see the whole world. So I have 2 grandkids and a daughter-in-law. Alhamdulillah. I have all my siblings, some in support, some against. But here I am to say Allah knows best. Yes. My husband is late. His soul continue to rest in peace.
Mom, you're gonna make me cry.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, guys. I see, here's the thing about the podcast. I feel like whenever you see people, I think with your moms, and this is no knock on anyone, it generally is like their moms are, you kind of see like, you know, they're Western moms. I feel like my mom is like a very traditional, very Muslim, very strict. Mommy, you say you're strict.
Well, it's 50-50. Some said I am not, some said I am. But as far as I'm concerned, I know I have played my role so well to the best of my ability and to what God has enabled me to. So it can be you are strict, you can be you are not strict, you don't know how to train children. Allow alarm. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So tell us a little bit, because I feel like I like to tell people that I am your wildest dreams. Like I'm like the version of you that did not listen to anybody. I was just stubborn and did whatever she wants. Because I feel like this is me. I'm gonna call you out small. I feel like when I was growing up, my mom was like my like role model. Like she did whatever she wanted. She ruled everybody. My mom was always like the only woman in a room full of like 50 men, and they all listened to her. She did not care about anything. She did what she wanted to do. She was a marketing executive at Evans. She did the local government. She did all of those. You did all those things, and you were in the UK too. So tell us how like growing up, how you were. I'm gonna be honest because I feel like you went from that person that I know, and now you're a bit like calmer. And I don't know if it's age or it's just like whatever. What would you say?
Well, I know that when I was growing up, I wouldn't say it was tough. Well, it was neither here nor there. I'm in a family of 21,
Okay, so
and
you have
I'm
21 siblings.
yes, and I'm the number one. So you know what that means. You have to be the mother to everyone. And I think I was able to play that role. I had to do a lot of sacrifices, even to my siblings' children. And today I'm so proud of everyone because we had all come out to be good and better. And I'm still praying that, everyone with one challenges or the other would overcome them and will continue to be better and greater, inshallah. Well, I started my journey, went to primary school, secondary school, then university. Fortunately, I went to UK. I did marketing. I wanted to do pharmacy because I've
I
always
didn't
loved
know
to be in
that.
the science world. But unfortunately, for one reason or the other, I had to, go back and, get something done because there were challenges from back home. And I felt like rather than come here and then just be doing nothing in the society, why don't I just quickly go in? So I did my diploma in marketing. I was going back for my master's in marketing, but unfortunately, I was forced back home the African way. So when I got back home, it was tough. I had to go back and do my NYC. And after NYC, I had to struggle it out. And in those days, I'm the number one. I don't have anybody to report to. I don't have anyone to go back to say, please help me beg daddy or help me. Everybody looked at me as I'm a role model. I cannot disappoint anybody. And once your daddy say this, you have no choice. Your mother can say otherwise. So she will keep telling you that it is whatever your father wants that you must follow.
Mm-hmm.
So she will beg me day and night. No, no, no. That's what your daddy said. Your daddy said you must come back. You have to come back. So I got back without bringing in anything except my certificate and my passport. But to God be the glory today. So I had to go and serve in Bauchi because I wanted an escape route out of
Mm.
home. So, and that was how I started. And did my NYC, came back to Lagos. I got my job and I ended up in Evans and started from sales rep. And I remember the day I saw the adverts. They said age 25. And as at that time, I was 30 years. And I said, if what is the difference between 25 and 30? Whatever a 25 can do, I can do better. So When I got in for the interview, I said they should please shortlist me. I was shortlisted and I got there. And at the interview, I remember very well, the man said, no, but you don't qualify. You're 30. I said, out of everyone here, do I look 30? You know I can do it. Just give me. If I can't, if I fail in 6 months, please sack me. And throughout, I rose from that sales rep through customer services, managing the in and out of the products, both raw and finished goods. And I ended, retired as the commercial manager, managing the distribution and receive and distribution of raw and finished goods. So alhamdulillah. And after that, I now joined, and I was commanded, I was the only girl among all these men.
She was. You look at me too. You don't have to look at the camera.
Okay.
So you said something I want to bring you back to. Well, you said something about how you wanted to escape home. Why did you want to escape home?
Yes, escape home is because I want to escape from home.
Mm-hmm. You wanted to see the world.
Yes, not see the world. Because when I got in from UK, I was forced to come in.
Yeah.
It's not at my own will, because my plan was to study, get a job, settle down with my life, and then move on.
Okay.
But unfortunately, I was forced. My daddy had to say, no, 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 no. I heard you are doing this, you are doing that.
What were you doing?
I was not doing anything because, number one, when I got there, he was supposed to pay my school fees. But unfortunately, for whatever reason, he felt that he doesn't have the money. I'm sorry, he's still living. But for whatever reason, I got back and I had no choice than to say, oh, the pressure in that house was so much for me that nobody wants to see me. But, phew, alhamdulillah, I'm sure the several well-to-do people of today, they all have their stories to tell.
Yeah.
So this is my own story, which is, I still have cause to say I thank God because he had not, forsaken me. I've been able to go through it and I've been able to achieve wherever I am today.
What is one thing in your life that from that time that you wish you did differently?
Yes, maybe I should have said no to my daddy and
Really?
just then stay back in the UK and then see whatever it is. I mean, that's the only thing I can see because even some of his friends and, they it's like, don't come. You don't have to come. Just don't worry. You don't have to come. And I'm sure if I ask him this today, he might not remember. He might just think, no, I was protecting you. Like you always tell us that, no, I'm protecting you people from your mommy's children. I'm always protecting you. But hey, give God all the glory.
So would you say that wanting to escape home, do you see that in me growing up?
Well...
let me ask you this. Let me ask you this way. How similar do you think we are?
Well, our similar determination to achieve.
Okay.
Yes, that is because even me, it was like, okay, no school fees is coming, no problem. I got to be, to achieve my aim. Yeah. I must not derail. I must not fail. That's what I see in me, and I can see in you that you are determined to, to make sure that you achieve the best in life. It might be different from what I was expecting. It might be different from what you are thinking.
Okay.
But the basic thing is we both have a goal to achieve. So in those days, when I was growing up, we are forced to, okay, this is what I want, you must do it.
Yes, that's
but
true.
The children of nowadays, you have to persuade, kind of, put your hand over their head and keep rubbing it and saying, oh, Shajo, please do it. Don't do it this way. Do it this way. This is what is expected of us. Not just because of here, but because of the hereafter. So,
since we're talking about that, one of the first things people know about me is whenever I talk about my mom and I are really close, but I remember when I first started doing social media, it was very hard to explain to you what I was doing. or and why? And when we talk about like us being very different or us being like very similar in how determined we are, I think about how like whenever I was doing that, I was saying, "Ah, I know you like when I see you, like when I'm like, oh mom, let's do a TikTok or come on my podcast, I see that version of you very well. Like I see how like you're willing to always be there for me through everything, but there's always this hesitation. So why would you always say you're hesitating? Is it because it's something new? Is it because of shame? Is it because of fear? Is it because what is it?
Well, initially it was I never knew it was this deep. And
Well, you know that's a word, right?
yes, that's
Like it's not
the
that deep.
yes, that wasn't this well, it's deep, right?
Yeah, that's
I
what the
think
kids
that's a
say.
cute word to
Yeah.
say. So it's just like saying in Yoruba that mi ò mọ̀ pé ó tó yìí. So initially I find it so difficult to comprehend. It affected my mental health. And but by the time I see people, family coming to me and saying, sister me, auntie, Elijah, you better thank God. She's not doing anything negative. She's not doing, if it is the other way around, what would you say? And that blah, blah, blah. So I begin to calm down, coming down to her level, saying that, okay, let me even go deeper. Let me see what is it. The only aspect we agree on
It's my
is the hair, and my concern is on health-wise. And then also, what are you doing? The woman is supposed to have hair on her head, cover your head, and blah, blah, blah. But hey, if that is what we are doing, but we are not doing the other way around, we are not into negative things. So I begin to look deeper, going in, check. Sometimes when I see it will pop up, then I'll just go through it. The one I don't like, I'll send that message and say, why this one? Why are we at this level again? And then she will say, Mommy, what is it that I have done? There's nothing, there's no big deal about it, blah, blah, blah. Okay. If I see the one that's okay, I'll comment and say, oh, I love this. Just keep it up. God in his infinite mercy will guide us, blah, blah, blah. So
That's true.
I think that is that's the aspect of it.
Okay, so let me say this. So let's go back first. How was I? What was I like growing up?
Yes, from your childhood, you've always been that you want to be seen. I think, let me put it that way. Even
Okay.
right from nursery to primary school, even if you go to your primary school today, definitely they're going to say yes. Oh, that's Aderonke, Sophia, alhamdulillah. So to secondary school level also, same thing happens, even up to the fact that this principal had to tell me that, oh, she's going to be a social prefect. And I said, social prefect, okay. Just let her go, continue to do her work and pass and go out. And we're able to make an impact. So that period, she called me and said, Mommy, I want to do something. I just don't want to be social prefect without anything. And then we organized, we brought in some 3 speakers.
Oh wait, I didn't remember that.
We brought in 3 speakers to talk to the students on different topics. I can't remember now.
I did that.
And it was such a good one that at the end of the year, when they were passing out, you were able to get, based on what you did to impact on people. I think that was one of the reasons why you got the scholarship from Banky W. So I've always seen that in her. So, but, for someone that had come to the United States, study first degree, has the zeal to go on and do masters, and then suddenly we now begin to see social something here and there. Sometimes I'll tell her, please go and look for work. And then she will tell me, Mommy, I'm searching. And then the time she got this job from for Vital Voices, I was so excited that, Mrs. Clinton, Hillary Clinton is the president. I said, oh my God, my baby is going higher, higher. Suddenly she said, Mommy, I am not doing that one. I'm going to do this one again. I want United Nations. And I begin to ask people around, please, anybody that can link me up with United Nations appointment. But the basic thing is that she's been able to sustain herself with or without a man or whatever. That's I know. And that's what I know. And I know that if it is the other way around, I would have had it from one or two of our friends. But she's active, just like I'm a restless person. I was able to train my two children, alhamdulillah. So whatever they are doing today, that's the society. But I have done my best as a mother.
Okay. I just want to say, like, I'm opening my mouth because I feel like you can see my face in shock as my mom is talking, because we never talk like this. We never, like, have conversations like this. Usually, like, my mom, I won't say mom will say something, my mom will say something, and I immediately have my wall up because I'm like, she's not going to understand. And I think this is a very interesting dynamic because, first of all, I was the first child to travel abroad by myself to come here. And I was, like she said, I was already the child that like wanted to be seen. And I come from a very Muslim and religious background too. Clearly, my mom is an Alaja. So I know that my entire family is very religious like that too. And she has very opinionated siblings who all, because we all sort of grew up together. So it was not weird. Like my auntie was just, one of my aunties was the one who just called my phone right now. We're a very like large family, but we're also very close. And so I think I was one of the first people who was just very stubborn, who like did not listen. And I think my mom felt bad. Mommy, tell me if I'm wrong. Did you feel bad because you thought because daddy wasn't there, that's why I was doing things? Did you blame yourself for it?
Yes, initially, yes. Because I had to look at it and then look at myself, look at the way I brought you guys up, the way we have lived together. And sometimes I will look at it that, is it because they don't have a fatherly touch or something? But at the same time, I looked at some other families, they have the father, they have the mother, and they don't have they don't have a hold of the family to control in a little bit of my existence. I think even if I have a regret, the regret is not about not having a father figure or not. I just believe that maybe I wasn't pushing enough.
No, you pushed enough. You pushed enough.
So, because I don't think at this age and time I have to take all sweep and begin to say, hey, you have to do it by force, by fire. The only thing I can do is I keep praying and I keep hoping, and I know that you all know it. Like if I talk to the brother will say, Mommy, you have trained us. You have taught us life.
Yeah.
So if we are doing otherwise, that is to our own detriment. Is it detriment now?
You.
So it's not you. So please relax and let your don't anything affect your mental health.
Yeah.
Just be yourself. Be happy. See yourself as, look at the good things in this, your children, and then make that to suit your heart. So, and then.
So tell me, do you think I'm a good child? Do you think I'm a good child?
You're a good child because what is the definition of being a good child? A good child is someone that would listen. And then if you're not going to do exactly what you're being asked to do, you want to show a reason why you're not doing it.
Okay, that's true.
And then a good child is, I've not heard that you drink and then you fell inside gutter. Alhamdulillah. A good child is, it's not as if you have everyone around you and they're all men clustering about you doing all no kind of nonsense. It's strictly your work and your work.
That's true.
So far, so good that I know of, you know, and I don't think I want to doubt that. Yeah. So you've been very hardworking, and I want to commend you for that you keep it up. But the only aspect, where we always disagree, this is the whole world listening to us now.
Yeah, it's not the whole world. It's like
it's
my podcast.
Whoever is watching, they're all over the world. They're all over
They
the
are, they are.
So
They about praying.
it's not just Canada.
That's true.
It's
It's
not
not
just
just
America. It's not just
period.
Nigeria. So we're all over, and I thank God for that.
Okay, I want to say that
Yes.
I wanted this podcast episode specifically because whenever a lot of kids, people that follow me, say that, how am I so bold online, or how am I so courageous with parents who don't understand you, or who don't know what you're doing, or don't want to listen, essentially. Like, I have so many young girls who will be like, I want to chase after my dreams, I want to do all these things. And I'm always telling them, like, it's not as if, my mom supports me 100%. Like, you might say, like, right now we're recording, but as I walked out, she was like, are you not going to wear a jacket? And she was like, are you not going to do this? Like, she still tells me what the things that she doesn't like, but you're not imposing it on me. So what's some advice you have to parents listening who have a child like me, who is stubborn, doesn't listen, who wants to do their dream by force by fire, but like, you still show me love, you still show me respect, you still take care of me. I know there was never a time besides the one time you were in Dublin where, like, we stopped talking, essentially. Like, we're always like, even if we're crying on the phone or we're shouting at each other, it was still like, it's all because I love you so much. It was not because I will ever say me and my mom will never speak again. So what's some advice you have for parents who are dealing with a
Well,
child like me?
to parents out there, I'm just one of you too. The best way to handle it is hand everything over to God, your creator, irrespective of your belief. Because for everything in life, you don't have control over them.
That's true.
It is your creator. And for everyone has his or her own way to live and how to go about it and how to achieve it. The best thing we can do is to guide them. Do it this way. This is how it is done. In our days, where there was a day I was talking to one of my friends and I was almost crying, or maybe I was even crying. And then she said, Lanre, ó ti gbàgbé ìgbà táwa náà máa ń wọ hot pants. We wear hot pants, yes, but don't go almost naked. But that is the society we are in today. We are begging and we are asking our God that, to make sure that we not just look at this world, we look at the hereafter.
Yeah.
Which is even, more, hundreds of years. The world is coming to an end. I've had this when my great grandfather died for something years ago. But the world has still not ended. And,
That's true.
so we're still not even sure when the end, the world is going to end.
Yeah.
My mother died 8 years ago. It was like the world is coming to an end. So to us, it's, we just have to be patient with them. Let them see reason while we're guiding them. Just make sure that they don't go into drugs. They don't follow the negative side of the world. Once this is for survival, once it's for them to achieve their dreams, irrespective of whatever we think, we can only guide and then advise.
Okay.
And then if you send your child, like somebody said, you cannot throw the baby with the dirty water.
Okay.
As in, you can't throw out the baby with the dirty water. So you have to throw the dirty water and then keep watching your baby. And then no matter how bad a child is, you will not say, oh, okay, this necklace I bought is so good, I'm not going to put it on my baby's waistline, as we talk it in Yoruba. Ọmọ ẹni ò ní burú títí ká filẹ̀kẹ̀ sí di ọmọ ẹlòmíì. So it won't be that bad for me to now say, okay, Sophia, I don't want you as a child. I'm going to take the next door neighbor's child. It's not possible. Even if I do that,
But some parents do that, though. Some parents do that. Some parents say they don't want their child anymore because the child is not doing what the parents want.
They have no choice, whether they like it or not. It might be that period of time. In years to come, they'll go look for the child.
True.
But if you have to go look for the child, it might be too late. So that's why when you are doing it, while you spank, you rob. So when you spank, you rob. Spank and rob is like when you Just make sure you do your. Sometimes me and she, we always we disagree.
All the time.
And when I say I won't call her, I won't do this, but at the same time I will think about it that you're having sleepless nights and you're saying you're not calling. So just find out what she's doing. If you don't guide, if you don't monitor, if she knows that I'm monitoring her, if she wants to go 10 steps, she'll probably go half or probably go 2 steps rather than going all the 10
way.
steps.
That's true.
So but that's what I have for mothers and fathers. Not just mothers. Some fathers will say, oh, she's on her own. The mothers will say, oh, she's mine. And then that could even divide the home. But the basic thing is see it as your own and see it as a challenge and put everything before Almighty God. He would always find a way through. For instance, I have families and friends that have come to me that, oh, the Odditty, oh, she has changed my daughter's life. I was in a party and two girls came to me and said, oh, you are the Odditty's mom. And I said, no, they said, you are Sofi's mom. I said, yes, I am. And the next question I asked was, oh, did you go to home science? Because that was the secondary school. She said, no, they are followers on the Instagram or whatever. And immediately I just said, oh my God. And the girls now said, oh, mommy, alhamdulillah, we thank God for your life. You have brought us, she has impacted so much in our house, in my family, in this, in that. And I was like, oh my God. Something that I'm crying upon every day. This is my last trip. A lady on the flight just said, are you Sofi's mom, the Odditty? I said, yes, I am. she had to report that I felt shy. Yes, it's a mixed feeling for me. Mm-hmm. I need to come honest, out and say it. You know it, Sophia. It's a mixed feeling. But I want the best for her. I want her to achieve what she wants to achieve. A lot of people have done it. They've achieved. But don't leave the worship of Allah, your creator. That is that is where we stand.
That's where we fight.
Yes.
Not fight, but
we don't fight. We advise ourselves. Because all the glamour of this world is absolutely nothing. The hereafter is. Now, I dress modestly. In those days, I can go for 100 and something thousand slippers, ordinary slippers. I can go for this, I can go for that.
Okay, so see, I want to talk to you about that, right? Because the mommy I knew growing up, so you just said that your friend was like, okay, you guys used to still wear certain things. I know for a fact, mommy. Okay, let me ask you different questions. Have you ever drank alcohol before?
No.
Mommy?
No.
Mommy?
No.
Baileys?
Did I send you one?
Baileys?
Okay. Well, Irish cream, that's it. I think it's Baileys, right?
Yes.
That was in the early, and it's not as if I drink.
I'm not saying you're drinking, chugging or anything, but even when you were in the UK, you drank.
No, in UK I did not.
Mommy?
No, honestly. Did
you smoke?
No.
Really? No cigar?
No.
No cigar, nothing?
No. Allah knows. I have my friends, they'll be watching it and they will come up and tell you. No. I don't have any reason to.
Did you wait till you married?
To do what?
To have?
No.
You didn't?
No. What do you mean by that? I met your daddy after.
Yeah, so you're 27.
So I had a relationship.
You did?
Yes, I had a relationship.
I didn't know this.
He was a Christian. And
what?
My daddy and mommy said, no way. No, he is from a Muslim background. But you see, my story is when I said UK, I was forced to come back.
Yeah.
So I was forced into how do I survive? Then I had no choice than, how do I manage myself?
Yourself, yeah.
I'm a 20. I think I was 21 or 22 when I left Abi. I think so.
You're my age?
No, yes, about that age, that time. So, but anyway, so that was what happened. And so when I got back, I was forced to come back, right? So when I got back and I wanted an escape route, when I keep saying escape route, because the house was so tough for me, and I couldn't. My mommy was my daddy's whatever you say, follow. So I don't have any elderly person to go to. So my siblings look up to me that whatever auntie said is what they would do. You understand? So I was looking for a way to make sure that I put the record right, making sure that none of them fall into the same pit as I do. So that was when I met your daddy, and it was like a love at first sight. And then we ended up being where we are today.
Yeah.
So thank God for life.
Homie, you're talking now.
Yes, you want me to talk now?
I'm
Where-
learning so much.
We'll edit though.
Where-
Edit it.
Donald is gonna edit a bunch of stuff. Okay, so how do you feel about social media now? Because you've talked about how like you feel uncomfortable about it, but I feel like now I don't think you still know what I do. I think you just know that I post online. Or do you have an idea of what I do?
Well, what do? You sit down, you record. The last 2 days that we've been together in
My brother's
Canada
house,
now.
yeah.
So I've seen you always on your phone, always on your laptop, always on your tablet. So even if anybody peeps into what you are doing, is you are typing, you are saying something. It's not as if you are looking at pictures that are out of it.
Yeah.
So that's so much I have seen. Even when I visit you, I know that you're always, Mommy, I'm working, and I can see the schedule of your meeting. So that's had given me the peace of mind
Yeah.
to say that, okay, what is about social media is all about looking at what you can post, what people can,
Do and stuff.
get out of you,
Yeah.
the best they can get, and you are not posting things that will make anyone to say, no, my child should not follow this one, or other than whenever you are with, I don't know. So, but so far so good.
Okay.
I'm still okay, and I know that I might not be 100% okay. I'm still praying, and I know that God will intervene. And then the aspect of the other side that I don't like, He
What
will
other
take
side?
control. Your visit to the beach or something.
Oh, okay. Let's talk about it.
So,
okay, guys, I'm Muslim, right? And my mom's biggest issue with me is modesty. So if I wear the hijab, I'll be fine.
not necessarily wearing a hijab.
Just not posting
Just-
bikini photos online.
Exactly. So then, making sure that you dress modestly. That's it.
If I never did, because
Yes.
mommy, I'm also 27, 28,
Yes.
right? I'm not going to be 40 posting bikini photos. Maybe if I go to the beach, I might post something. But at the end of the day, like, I'm not going to do this for the rest of the life.
No, I know.
And I don't
That's-
think people think I'm this sex symbol or nonsense who's doing all these things. So for me, there was one time that I think I just got an award or something. And you do not see that award. But I posted a bikini video, something about being at the beach at the pool. And it hurt me so much because I was like, you didn't send me the award post I posted, but you sent me bikini photo to say, why am I still doing this when I'm doing so many different things? So you're pointing out the one thing you didn't like, and you never really mention or talk about the things that I do like. And it feels like sometimes you don't take the time to learn about the things that mean a lot to me, because you're so focused on the fact that like, oh, my
That's-
hair is short, or I'm wearing, a bikini online,
Yes.
or I'm doing all these
As,
things.
as a mother, that is expected.
No, it's not.
No, to us at our own age, it is expected. And it's the same thing. You've seen your brother when he was spanking his son on what is not necessary. And I want to look at it and say, because what was I telling you this morning? I said, anytime he spanks him again, I'm going to get spankere and
spank
whip
my
him
brother.
and spank him back. Because he did worse than what the little
child is
child,
doing.
my little angel, is doing. You understand? So it's
Also,
not
as a grandmother, you're very
Yes.
different.
Yes. It's
Actually,
it's
no, I
normal.
wouldn't say so though. I don't think, Mom, I don't think you discipline me.
Well, because you are such an adorable child. Honestly, yes, you. Even when we have so much people in the house, you're always after those people for them to be more comfortable
Oh,
than
okay.
even you.
So I've been a
yes.
people pleaser since I was a baby.
A what?
A people. Who's that?
No, there's a lady.
Sorry, guys. I had to interrupt that beautiful program because a lady came to knock because I parked in the driveway. I am not in America. I'm in Canada. I do not want to get a ticket. So that was what interruption was. Mama, what were you saying? Do you remember?
Yes, that we cannot. You were asking me if I ever drank or ever smoked and all that, and I said no while I was in the UK.
But you drank Irish cream.
That was when I got to Nigeria and out of pressure or whatever. And it wasn't drink. It's only when we go on social
social
maybe
occasions.
parties, and then they now say you have to drink. And we don't see Irish cream as alcohol.
Yes, I remember as a kid growing up, I'd be like, "Mommy," she'd be like, "No, it's not alcohol. It's not alcohol. Go sit down."
So definitely we don't see it as alcohol. We don't see it as a kind of appetizer drink, kind of, And it's not as if I'll put a bottle in my head, front and then finish your bottle.
So you don't,
maybe
you don't
even
like
a glass. Hardly do I finish a glass. Mm-hmm. But
social reasons.
To that level, for social reasons, you want to be part of it.
So you've never been drunk before?
Never.
In your entire life?
No.
Really?
No.
Really?
Yes, that I can swear with my life, but I don't have to as a Muslim.
Yeah.
Yes.
So if I told you I've been drunk before, what would you say?
Well, I'll be disappointed because I look at it that I never for once asked any of my children to say, oh, go and buy me a stout, which is a regular drink.
Yeah.
Guinness stout.
But you know that it's not anything to do with you. Too.
Yes, I know.
And it's also habit. Like even the most pious people, right? Still, if anything, are humans and they deal with their stuff. But let's talk about us, right?
Yeah.
Me and Varela, for example. Like we never had alcohol in the house.
Yes.
And I also never drank. I never drank, I think till I was 21. Because when I came to America, college, they'll be like, oh, you don't drink, but the drinking age is 21. And then when I did drink, I was like, oh, I don't like the taste. I think the first thing my brother said when I first drank, I called my brother, because me and my brother are really close. And I was like, oh, alcohol is disgusting. And he's like, thank God, your mother will be happy. That's exactly what he said. Because, of course, kids are going to be kids and are going to be curious. Yeah. What I will say is you never made it feel like it was a no not to drink, but like it was bad if you hate us as children if we did. Does that make sense?
No, not to hate.
Yeah, you were very like, don't do it, but you're not. I don't think you
give reasons why you should not drink.
Yeah, I think you made it, at least for me, I can speak for myself, I think you made it healthy for me to ask questions, first of all, and also explore. So I don't think, as a child, I think if you had told me, if you don't never do this, if you do this, kinikon, all those things, because if you had said that, I think I would have wanted to do it more, just to prove something different. To be stubborn, essentially. But I think with me, I wanted to try because I'm like, why are they saying I should not put my hand inside fire? Let me burn my hand first and see. If it burns me, okay, I'm not putting my hand inside the fire again. And if it doesn't, then it doesn't. So that's how I kind of see things now. And I don't drink. Do you believe me when I say that?
No, when you say it, most of the things you do or say, I have 100% believe in it. That okay, if she says this, but out of, when you go out, and you meet different kind of people, you socialize. In quotes now. You're on the same level. They are your social media kind of thing. And then you see them.
Well, social media is not bad.
No, it's not.
Okay.
It's like a profession now.
Yes, it is.
Mm-hmm. So
I feel like if this was in your world, you'd be a social media influencer.
So it's like a profession that, this is what I have taken to make people learn, to make people smile, or to make people see that, okay, this thing is not really, really bad. Even in the Islamic way, they tell us don't, all this social media. But all of these lectures we also hear through the social media.
Yeah, I was about to say.
They also post
on, yeah.
So it depends on which way you are looking at it and where you are coming from. So far, so good. I've seen a lot of people telling me this is, whoever will say, it's terrible, is because of your modest way of dressing.
Okay.
Yes, that's the only aspect. But in terms of what have I gained, what they have gained. Even your senior brother, your half brother called me and said his daughter is your follower. That, mommy, do you know Elijah? She's Sophia in the Odditty. And I said, yes, it's Sophia that is the Odditty. Oh, what is the problem again? And he said, no, my
Why
daughter.
would you say what's the problem again?
Yes, because you are not too sure. It's a 50-50 thing. Some people will come to you and say, hey, she's this, she's that. And some people will come to you and say, mommy, and the people that come to me to say positive things are more than those who come to say, she's this. She's this because of the religion aspect of it. She's this because she's a lady. She's this because we have a way of presenting yourselves. We believe in our culture and in the society of where we were coming from, that it's just like putting a naked sweet on the floor. A lot of ants will come to it.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
That's what we believe. So when we see you not being modest enough, we believe that, oh, that girl, she's this. That boy, she's that.
Okay.
So we don't see anything positive out of the dressing.
So can I push back and say,
Yes.
it should also be flipped? As a woman, I feel like women are oftentimes sexualized. Because I remember one of the first videos I ever posted that went viral was me talking about being a woman with darker armpits and darker bum area and everything. And one of our uncles, not Uncle Kenny in Elmo, but one of the other uncles, someone shall call me and was like, why am I naked online? They put it in the family group. And I said, in that video, I'm raising my armpits and I'm pointing to my armpits. I'm not saying I'm shaking my bum or I'm not being sexy. I'm passing on a message. And why, as my uncle, are you looking at that video and telling me I'm sexualizing or I'm naked online when that's not the case? Why aren't you listening to the message instead? And I remember when you sent that video, you also didn't listen to the video. You just saw, look at her with her bikini on and whatever. And every time I do post content like that, I understand it from the religious perspective. So I'm never going to say, you're never going to accept me from that angle. Like, I don't think there's ever going to be a time that if I wear shorts and a shirt, that you're not going to look at me and go, is that all you're wearing? Like, I'm okay with that. But I want to understand if there's going to be a point where you're just going to be like, Kila Feshisi. Like, what are we going to do about it?
Yes, because, when you started your speech, you said, mommy, I'm not 40 and I'm not going to be like this forever. Definitely.
But I know if I post something tomorrow, you're going to say something about it.
Yes.
But it makes me feel bad.
That what?
That you're judging me.
No, I'm judging you. I'm not judging you.
Yes, you are.
No, judging is a different. If I'm judging you, I will judge you and tell you that, oh, your dressing had made you to be this today. Your dressing had made you to be that today. But I'm just telling you in the aspect of being a lady, being a girl, being a woman that you're going to be very soon. Then
I'm 28.
You're going to get married, you're going to have your children, you're going to have your home. Yes. So that's the only aspect where I look into. You understand?
Yeah.
And then our culture also, that that girl, this girl. But the basic thing is we're moving forward, because where we were 2-3 years ago is not where we are today now. And you are expanding, getting more attention, like when you got the Macy's job, it was another good step. And then now you're into Delta, right? So
let me explain that to you now, right? So these jobs, I feel like I have to tell you these big milestones, because that's how you see the seriousness of my job. But honest, sometimes I don't need Macy's or Delta. I do. Please, brands. Please, I need the money. But I don't need those validation. Because me alone now, me posting on my podcast is big. Just think about this as radio. Okay. Like, imagine the radio of the days that you were listening to, and channels, TV, and all the stuff. This now is, instead of me waiting for somebody else to give me the platform, I'm creating my own platform and talking for myself. So when people come to you and say, your daughter Odditty is doing da-da-da-da-da, it's because I've created my own version of TV for people to now watch me. Okay. Does that make sense? Okay. So that's how this works. Because in the end of the day, do you know what my goals are? Is that what the problem is? You don't know where the end is. You don't know what's.
No, no end.
What did you say?
No end.
Should I explain it to you?
Yes.
Okay, so I want to be on TV.
Okay.
I want to have my own TV show. Like
Sure.
think Oprah or Ellen
Yes.
DeGeneres.
Okay.
Like I want to be an actor, so I want to be acting in movies. Why did you do your face like that? I want to hear it. No, tell me.
No, I mean, acting as what?
Anything or audition for any role.
Okay.
Like TV show, movies,
Okay.
red carpets.
Okay.
Okay, that's not good. You don't like that.
No, it depends. You see, the I'm not saying don't do anything,
Okay.
okay? But what will give me joy or inner joy or outside joy that will make me laugh, that will make me feel, oh, my shoulders are high up there,
Okay.
is seeing you being modest.
Oh my God.
That's it. That's
That's not going to happen.
It's going to happen.
No, I'm not going to do this. What you're wearing right now, that's not going to be me.
Hey, I know you won't wear this.
No, I'm saying like I'm not like right now you don't think I'm modest what I'm wearing.
No, you are okay now. You're
Why?
fine.
What's the
No, the basic thing is you are covered. It's not as if you are covered, at least. Let me just put it that way. So, and we're getting there.
what if we're not? What if tomorrow?
Yes.
Because I think when you say that now, my automatic reaction is, but that's not the issue. Like I don't see modesty as this big giant bad thing. Except actually, did you fart?
No.
Mom, yes, you did.
Now, how will I do that Sunday?
Do you guys see where I get it from? Don't keep that in. Mommy.
No, I didn't. So I don't know what you're talking about. I adjusted my bum bum.
Where was I? But what if I don't want that for myself? Like, what if this is the new norm, whatever this is? Because I feel like everything you're basing your judgment of me on is from a religious lens, right?
And the culture.
What culture?
Our culture.
Yoruba culture.
Yoruba culture.
Yoruba culture is, but
English
if you say
culture.
English culture, you can't say
Yes.
English culture either.
Yes.
Because that's not true. English culture in what sense? Is it America? Is it London? Is it like what culture is English and what culture is Yoruba? Because in Yoruba land, it's still the same like Iran, Kini that we wear to Kuruba. So that's also,
We're old school, yes.
but that's not modest if you're looking at that.
No, it is modest because it's not showing all the cleavage.
You know, the rap ones here that is literally a bando.
Anyway, let's just hand over everything. You
To God.
remain focused, which I've always, been proud of you for being focused,
Yeah.
doing what you can do best, and making yourself proud.
Yeah.
Making members of, whoever cares about you proud, and
Thanks,
making sure
Mommy.
that you pass the message on to those that are coming behind, to those that are even ahead of you.
Yeah.
That would be able, a lot of parents have gotten some 1 or 2 tips and they're falling in place. Kids are also learning and saying, oh, what you are doing is fantastic in their lives. So, and I have listened to some and
Okay.
I look at it and to say, oh, that's my daughter, But I know that the society we are in today, we will try our best as parents, but we cannot throw the dirty water
With the child.
With the child.
Okay. So I'm going to ask you a few questions that I've always wanted to know. What was your proudest moment in life?
I feel so proud. I think when I became a management staff with Evans Medical PLC.
Really?
I feel so happy that looking at my background, where I'd come from, that my plan was to be a pharmacist. Where I ended up working in a pharmacy company.
Yeah.
And I ended up retiring as a commercial manager. I
Yeah,
think I
that
feel
was
so,
good.
yes. I
No, she
feel
was
fulfilled.
top- she was
kind
top
of
dog.
that, yes.
Oh, wow. How old were you when that happened?
No, not 20, 30. I had you before I left Glasgow.
Yes.
Yes.
Like 39?
30, maybe 30, 32, no, 39.
Because you
Had
had
you
me at
37.
37.
Yes. So I became the commercial manager, I think 2003,
Okay. So that's like
2003.
41, 42.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
So
So
around 42. Wow. Ooh. Is there anything you regret not doing or saying in your life? I think I asked you that a little
I
bit.
think you did. It's my coming
Saying
back to
coming to
Nigeria.
Nigeria. Do you think your life would be very different if you were still in the
Yes, it
UK?
would have been different because what it took.
You wouldn't have had me
Yes, I would have. Well, I would have had you.
because I was the
Maybe
egg in
you.
your body.
Yes,
Yeah.
maybe you would not be Sophia.
That's true.
Maybe, but at least I would have had my children in the UK there.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
true.
yeah, maybe not with your, but because of destiny. So wherever one is bound
Landed.
to be, that's where you'll be.
That's
And
true.
so far, so good. I don't think I have any negative regrets.
Yeah. Are there any unfinished dreams or goals that you still have?
Well, my dream is to have my children, fully settled, happy.
No, mommy, not us. Your dream.
Okay,
Nothing
my
to do
own
with
dream.
us. Yes.
My own dream. Well, like what?
I don't know.
Dream? What's dream about life? Dream about life is you want to marry, you want to have children, you want to have
Mommy,
grandchildren.
no. You don't know more than that.
Like what?
I don't know. Like, what do you want to do? Like, what is some? Have you ever wanted to travel? Do you want to go on a cruise?
No,
Do
my
you?
dream. Oh, okay, in that aspect.
Yeah,
Okay,
like,
my
do you
dream.
want to
Oh,
do sports? Do you
my
want to
dream was,
retire?
actually, when I was in the UK, my dream was, once I'm here, I must do this, I must do that, I have my children, and then once they are old enough, we tour the world, go on a cruise, make sure that I visit, and that dream is coming to reality.
Is it?
Yes,
Tell
because
me.
the reason why I'm saying that is after I left UK then, it was after 20 years that I got my visa back to the UK.
That's true.
20 good years. And on the flight, I almost passed out because I don't know whatever happened.
That
But
was a crazy time.
alhamdulillah. So now I got my US, I got my Canada. So, and these are the key countries in the whole wide world. I don't want to go on a flight of 37 hours or 40 hours. I'm just fine with these 3 continents that I find myself continental.
So, would you travel with me?
Yes, I would love to.
But I feel like if you travel with me, you're gonna tell me that I should do different things. Like, you're gonna complain about my dressing.
Even if I've seen you,
That's true.
I've seen you, I've been with you on holidays, and I know even if I said no, you will still do what you want to do.
That's true.
But in your heart of hearts, you know that at least I've passed my message.
That's true.
And to me as a mother, I know that I've done my own bit of it.
That's true.
So I can only force the cow or whatever, the horse,
The horse
to
to the river
the
to swim.
stream.
Okay.
I can't force it to drink water.
Okay.
That's my situation that I find myself. So there's no big deal about it. I've seen you, and that's why I always say, even if I'm with you, there are some things that, with age, I'll be able to say, why don't you add this?
Yeah.
Why don't you do this? You understand? So it's no big deal.
Okay. What do you wish I understood about you?
What do you
wish I understood about you?
I want you to understand that where we're coming from, our background.
Okay.
I want you to understand that.
No, about you, mommy. What do you wish I understood about you
That's
as
what
your
I'm
person?
saying as a person. I want
Yeah.
you to know that I want to submit my life to Almighty Allah.
Okay, can we talk about that real quick?
Okay.
I feel like as your face. I feel like the older you get,
Yes.
the more, because of how unpredictable life is and the hereafter, how scary it is. I think a lot of older parents and older people tend to latch on to religion and God as their only hope for some level of sanity. And I think when I started doing social media, there was a certain time where I knew like I was driving you like I was stressing you out. And I think you needed to find even more grounding and structure. And so you chose, which is good, you chose to go to God for that solace and that comfort. But at the same time, I want to make sure you're not hiding behind God in a way where like you're still not fulfilling your dreams. So people will say if you're praying, you want to pray while also doing actions. Does that make sense? So yes, we're talking about submitting to God and being religious and being modest and all those things. But as a human being too, God puts you here on this earth with your own thoughts, your own ideas. And I know you've talked a lot about like before you came to Nigeria and those regrets, like the woman, the Lanre, her first name is Lanre, the Lanre before Nigeria, like those dreams you had, what is something that you feel like you've let go of because of age, because of what people will say, because of all these things that you still might have wanted to do? Is it travel? What is it?
Well, the only thing, religion has nothing to do with how I live my life.
That's
Though
not
it's
true.
no, that's no. How I live my life in terms of, I'm not going to. I'm not going to go out of my way to do what I will not be proud, or you, my children, will not be proud of, or my siblings, or my family, or my friends. You understand?
Okay.
Yes. So I would want to achieve, knowing to see that everyone around me is happy, we're doing well. I'm not hiding under religion. It is that's where we come from. That's where we go back to, whether we
That's
like
true.
it or not. You understand? So I just want to be myself, and that's why I'm not listening to side talk any longer, and then submit myself, and then pursue my dreams by making myself happy.
Yeah.
Seeing you guys being happy, accepting you as what you are, and then praying that Allah will make us all better.
Yes.
But I'm not perfect. Like I
Yes.
always tell you, anytime
Yes.
we talk, I'm not a perfect person. I always say
Yes.
that. So just we keep praying that, we all become a better person
Okay. Because
as
we're
we
about to
grow
wrap
older.
up.
Yes.
I mean, as we're about to wrap it up, I'm going to tell you some things about me. And it might be true, it might not be true, but I want to see at what points, like, what is something about me that is like, if I ever did this, would you ever disown me? That's the question I want to say.
Well, so far so good. No. I'll let you.
You would
Yes, I
disown
would
me?
never. No, I said so far so good. I would never. I'm not
But
going
why
to.
would
I'm
you say
not
so
going
far
to.
so good?
Is that what it means?
So far so good means like right now, no, but you could in the future.
Oh no, so sorry about that. Me, I didn't study English. No, what I'm saying is, for whatever reason, I don't see why I would disown my own child. I have
Mommy,
some. Hold on. There's no way I will ever disown my own child. Even your brother that had given me so much.
I don't believe you.
Okay.
You can't just say, okay, you have to fight back.
No. Okay. That's my own opinion. You got your own opinion, right?
Okay,
Yes.
if I told you I didn't want to have kids, what would you say?
And I know you tell me why you don't want to have kids.
I don't want children. I just don't want children. I want to be an auntie.
That's not possible.
See what I mean?
Yes. But that doesn't mean I'm going to disown you.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
So what would you do instead? Would you just disturb me and stress me out?
No, I won't stress you. I'll keep telling you why you have to. Because number one is a generation thing.
Well, my brother's name
No,
is Diola.
hold
Braila's
on.
already continued the generation now.
No,
He has a boy and a girl.
That's his own generation. What happened to you?
I could always adopt or surrogacy.
Well, whichever way you want it.
Really?
But I know that you won't do that.
Why
You
not?
won't say because you're in the Western world, so you want
It's
to
not
get...
the Western world. I've always said it.
You never ever said it. No. You've always said you wanted to have 9 children.
I did, but it changed.
And then because of your uncle's kids, you said, oh, this is no, you only have 5 or 6. So I don't know why you're now coming to 0.
I feel like it's growth.
No.
Like I'm growing up and I'm learning a lot about myself and I'm like, oh, I don't want that.
No.
But you see what I mean? Mommy, I'm telling you something about myself and you're like, no, that's not possible.
No, I mean, normal thing is for me to say no.
No,
and
it's
then
not
advise
normal. No, mommy, that's not normal.
No.
Yeah, you can't say no, but
So
then
I will
that's
now
it.
say, okay, go
No,
ahead. That
I'm
is
not
your-
saying say go ahead. I'm
Uh-uh.
just saying you can say you disagree, but you can't say no about a decision that has to do with me and my body.
Oh, okay. So I disagree.
What if I said I never wanted to get married?
Well, I disagree.
Why not?
I disagree. I don't want a situation that I say no, 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 no. I disagree.
Why?
I disagree.
Well, you can say no.
No, I disagree. Don't worry.
But why? What if I just don't? Like, what if I want to focus on my career? Because I feel like you have been a career woman. I'm just doing what you.
As a career woman, that doesn't stop me. I was having my kids and I was training my children.
Yeah, but mommy, if you didn't meet my dad,
Yes.
would you have ended up with someone?
Yes, I would have ended up with somebody.
Was your priority getting married and having kids?
Yes, my priority was to have children.
See,
and
but that's not my
marry and have
priority.
Children.
That's not my priority.
So what's your own priority?
I wanted to just like chase my dreams.
There's no way you can. If you chase your dream, handing over to who?
There are people who have kids who don't chase their dreams and they will hand it to them or whatever. Kids don't want it or kids squander it or something. So that's not people. Some people have the argument that you might have kids and because you want them to take care of you when you're older and you have terrible children who will leave you or abandon you. Your kids might pass away. Like so many things could happen.
Yes.
So for that conclusion to not be valid, right? And I think especially in the world we're growing up in, like the countries we were from, what they like livelihoods and stuff, like it's just different. Like, why is there no space for difference?
Well, that's the culture. That's our own way of life.
So we would never change on it.
No, there's no. You see, life is continuity, and he said he had created us to come on the earth to multiply. So if you are saying, I know.
Mommy, but we've multiplied plenty.
How have you multiplied?
We multiplied plenty.
Have you multiplied?
More, but Bradiola's multiplied for me.
That's Brother Adiola. If you come in now, they're not going to say mommy. They will say auntie.
Yeah.
So the difference is there.
No, I don't. But what if I don't want to be a mommy?
Well, you can always have a child and say, don't call me mommy, call me auntie. Or call me Sophia.
But if I tell you now
yes.
and you prepare your mind, would it change anything?
Well, what can I do? I am not God. If you say that is what you want, I hand over everything to God Almighty.
Or would that make you sad?
It will make me sad, but as a mother, what can I do?
But why are you making it sound so bad?
Do I sound too bad?
You're making it sound sad, like you're sad about it.
No. You want to see, you have just said something now.
Okay.
And I'm looking at it that, what would have brought these thoughts?
Okay. Why you've heard me talk about this?
No, when you're saying it, you've never said it to my face.
Yeah, but because we never talk about anything.
So, if that is what you want,
since you talked about it now, about talking to things to your face, I feel like there's a lot of things that I can't say to you because of your response. Like, I know you won't agree, so what's the point of bringing it up?
No, it's better that I know than to now see it on the social media and then I get, depressed.
That is true. So I remember because when I first started Odditty, I didn't tell you that I was starting. I just sort of like,
exactly.
She just found out.
Exactly. And people posted it to me and I nearly lost my life.
Mommy.
Yes.
You threw yourself down the stairs.
I threw myself. Okay.
Yeah, that was so dramatic. But even like crying and everything about it, why was that social media thing so much for you?
No, because my culture, you're bringing, there was never a time that I would dress you up in just pants and then go downstairs and go and get water. That I did never.
So your issue was for social media was just that I was in a bikini.
So somebody now sent it to me and said, see your daughter, see what she's doing. You don't know how to train a child. You don't know how to do anything. You don't do this.
Who said this? Or are you saying did someone really say this to you? Or are you just thinking this is what people are saying about you?
No. A lot. But that one had come and gone. So I just want to thank God for my life. So that's it. So, and it's my life. Like everybody will tell me, Larry, it's your life. It's nobody's life. I remember, there's Patrick. He's one of my brother's friends in the US. It said, Auntie, this is your own child. If you throw her out, you won't be able to retrieve her back. And I think about that since I've held that to my left hand. And to God be to the glory be to God now. I don't have any regrets other than that to cry on the shoulder of my
Your God.
Creator. So,
Okay.
and I know that he has been doing so well.
Do you think there's a possibility that I would ever stop talking to you?
Well, I can't see any reason for that. Because even if you want to stop, I won't stop. I know
Really?
there's some day, some years past where you say you will not talk to me, I'll call you and you will not pick my phone. But when I keep disturbing and disturbing and disturbing,
She calls a
you
lot.
have no choice than to pick to say, okay, mommy, yes, what is it? Okay, I've heard you. Yes, no problem. I've heard you. But I'm annoyed. Why should you have said this? Why should you have done this? I said, okay.
Yeah, because I was always so upset at you because in my head at that point, you were always taking everybody else's side but me. Like, I would have rather you spoke to me than speaking to everybody else. Like, you know how like, people always say, like, your household, talk to your household. Nobody else needs to know. But like, now we're doing podcast about it.
Oh.
But then my own was, if anybody came to you, like defending me in front of them and saying, mind your business, that's my child. And then coming and dragging my ear in the corner and saying, hey, one more day, like, let's talk together. I think you were so, and I think it's my fault. Because if you had known before.
Exactly. No, if I had known, it's just like,
But
okay.
you wouldn't have let me do it.
It's like what sometimes you go on the air and you say, my mommy is aware of this, my mommy is aware of that. Even though I'm not 100% aware of whatever it is, but at least I might have about 20%, understanding of what it is. You understand? So that wouldn't have gotten me off my feet.
Okay.
You understand? It was like stumbling on something, and then I just couldn't comprehend it, that from where to where. But hey, here I am. I'm still alive. I would have died. I would have been
You would
anything.
have died because of my social media.
No, I would have died because of the pressure that, I couldn't comprehend that then. You understand?
Really?
No.
Was that serious?
It was. Sophia, it was. It was. But I was able to go through it.
Mommy, this is because I was wearing a bikini online. This is how you felt this way. Because I was wearing a bikini online.
Because it's like...
But I wasn't twerking.
You weren't talking now.
I wasn't twerking. I wasn't shaking my bum or anything.
There was one you were shaking your bum. And, it was even the man that sent it to me and said, is this not Sophia? I mean, if it is just by the speech side or whatever, but you now went ahead and be shaking bum on a ship or ferry. Was on, yes. So, yes. So I saw it myself.
When did I do that? That's not. I've never posted it. If y'all have seen a video of me shaking my butt on a yacht, let's find it and send it to me, because I don't think that's true.
You did.
Was I dancing?
I can even see it right in my brain.
You in your head?
Yes. So,
okay.
Anyway, that one is.
I'm gonna. Are you saying, oh my God, for the?
I said that one is come and gone.
Come and gone. What if I post a video today of me shaking my bum bum?
Good luck to you.
So what changed between now and then?
No, what I'm saying is, good luck to you in terms of we've been able to discuss now.
Yeah, but mommy, my issue is
yourself come first, right?
Yes.
Irrespective of what I say or what I do.
Yes.
So whenever you say anything, good luck to you. You are no longer a baby.
Okay.
That I need to spoon feed.
Okay.
You know what it is.
Okay.
When we talk of religion, you cannot tell me you don't know what is good and what is bad.
But mommy,
you might not know it to the extent of
how you know
I know it. Or
okay.
Even you guys know better than we do, because you have access to the internet. You have access to all of this.
But things. You know how everything you're saying is based on belief. right? It's a belief system.
Yes.
Like you believe this, and because there's different religions in the world. There's Islam, there's
Of
Christianity,
course.
and you know we talk about when in secondary school. I did CRK, all those things, right?
Yes.
There's all these things there. So my issue when you speak so definitively is like because I'm doing this, this must be how I'm going to suffer at the end. That's what it feels like.
No. Not that you suffer. I'm not to judge anybody. It says, don't judge so that thou shalt not be judged. I'm not judging you. I'm just advising
So if I said today I want to become a Christian, what would you say?
to become a Christian.
Yes.
You know what it is?
What is it?
I don't want to talk about religion on the air.
You've been
No,
talking
I
about
don't.
it the entire time.
No, I'm not talking about Christianity. I'm talking about my Islam.
If I said I was gay, what would you say?
Well, good luck to you.
That's not true.
That is not true. How?
Yeah, Christianity, being gay, all these things, like even posting online is not good luck to me. Like you just said I posted online naked and you wanted to die.
Yes.
Like
The shock of then
it's because you did not know.
is because I did not know.
So
The
now if I
shock
tell you
now-
anything,
Now if you tell me anything, I want to say, okay, good luck to you.
But at least you want to know
reason
beforehand.
The reason is why I would say good luck to you is because you know what is right.
but I'm trying to tell you that
Yes.
there's no right or wrong.
Okay.
There's only right in your eyes.
Okay.
Like for me now, you see what I mean? Like for me, so for example, you just talked about how you were in the UK and you came home. At that point, your dad was telling you the right thing to do is come home.
Yeah.
Then you didn't feel like it.
Yeah.
You felt like what you wanted to do was pursue your life in the UK. I know that's very different from religion or sexuality or things like that. But for this situation, I'm saying your right and wrong is based on your belief in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and what God says is right and wrong, right? But that's a belief system. So if anything, the way are not supposed to, but I wish more parents were like you in this regard. Because at least, like, I won't lie, I know one of the biggest issues we have is that you didn't like that I didn't tell you first. Because I knew how you would react to it. So because I knew you before, I didn't want to tell you. Because I was like, I already know what you're going to say, so I'm just going to do it and then face the repercussions. But for kids out there, do you suggest they tell their parents first and then do it, or do it first and then tell their parents?
No, I think it's always be the best to carry your parents along. A parent would say no, but at the same time, the no might just be on a guiding
Thing. Okay.
That's okay. Is this what you want to do? Okay, I wish you all the best. But why don't you put it this way? Or why don't you modify it? Or why don't you, put this kind of touch into it? Why must you go to the extreme? It's better than when someone will just wake up and then you see a video or you see something and then your picture or something in the magazine, and then you see that, whoa, is this my child? And then you begin to write in your head. I mean, that is a torture on its own. You
That's
understand? So it's best discuss with your parents, irrespective of what they will say. So whatever shock is coming, they already have an observer for it.
Do I make you happy?
I'm happy. You're happy.
No.
It might not be 100%. No, I might not be 100% like we've been discussing all the way to this point.
Yeah.
You understand? So far, so good. I am happy with you. Irrespective of what anybody is saying, I am happy.
Well, you keep saying irrespective of what other people are saying.
Yes.
Why do you care so much about other people's opinions of me and my brother and our family? Because I can tell you a lot of stuff, especially I know the people that are talking. I can tell you a lot of things about their families that you don't even know. Look at your because I feel like you weigh, because you're the first child, you weigh so much on other people's opinions that you're not caring enough about your kids and like us. Because I don't care, you know that. And maybe I don't know where I got it from, but auntie or uncle, they can say whatever they want about me. My priority is, as long as I'm able to take care of my mom and take care of my sibling and take care of myself, that's my priority. And I wish sometimes that you prioritized me, my brother, and I in those situations. Like, they can say whatever they want, but as long as like they don't say anything about your kids, your children, because they can say whatever they want.
No,
because they most of them are also married. They don't bring you into their family business, but they are able to be putting their noses in other people's family business when it's not their business too. And I think I always got upset by that, because I think I would have been stronger and I would have even grown faster and even done more if like I knew that my mom would defend me, even if she didn't like it, my mom would defend me as that's my child. Because there were a lot of times where you would never tell me anything to my face, but somebody else is calling me to tell me, or an auntie is calling me, and I'm like, when me and my mom talked about it, I thought she agreed. So I always felt some type of way about that.
No, you see, because a lot of people say they have access to you, whoever your aunties or uncle that has access to you.
Okay.
Yes, those ones will always say, okay, maybe the way mommy is, or whatever it is, or whatever they've seen or heard, they want to come to you and say, oh, Sophia, why don't you do it this way? Why are you
Yeah.
doing this way? So it's usually like that. But in all honesty, the way I've seen my children in the last 2 years is different from how it has been before the last 2 years.
That's true.
So I have come to accept that these are my own,
We are.
because I realize that I cannot go to the next door or even to any of my siblings and knock at the door and say, oh, bring your child, let it come and feed me. I've survived based on what God has done for me,
Yeah.
and whatever comes from my children, and especially you. So I want to say I am proud to be the Odditty mother. I am proud to say yes. Keep it going. But
Aw.
whatever you're doing, just remember that at the end of it all, we still have a report to give. You understand? If you are okay with that, your
I
conscience
am
is
okay
clear.
with that. Yeah.
You are not doing what is not expected of you.
Yeah.
You are doing the right thing, impacting knowledge and advices into people's life, changing their life.
Yeah.
That's a reward for you. Because as they grow also, they are growing based on what they have tapped from your knowledge,
Yeah.
based on what you have passed to them.
Yeah.
And then Allah will also reward you there and also guide you also. So in terms of if you need to go astray, because you have changed somebody's life, He's also going to guide you so you don't go astray. So it has always been like that. Is
circle.
a circle.
Yeah.
It goes round. You are passing a message. God says, I will reward you. There's so many things that, when you put knowledge into somebody, it is forever a reward, even when you are dead.
That's
Even you are
true.
gone. So you have the reward there, because that thing is still guiding that person, and the reward comes to you.
I was gonna ask a lot of questions, but I like how that ended.
That's it. That has capped it all.
It has. Okay. Is there one? Do you think you made mistakes with me? Cause this is one question I've always wanted to ask you. I don't think I've asked you before. Because there was one time I was growing up and somebody said I was a mistake because you did not plan me. Do you think that's
Who
true?
told you that?
I can't say his name, but one of my uncles did.
Well, it's not a mistake.
Okay.
It is God's doing, because what is a mistake? If I had gone to another man's house to have you, that's a mistake. I must have probably cheated on
Yeah.
your father, or probably me and your father were no longer together, and then we now say, okay, it's a
That's what
mistake. It
happened.
was never a mistake.
Okay.
It is because time, when I had your brother, I was like, my job, my job, my job, my job.
That's true.
Because I need to survive, and he also needs to survive, and I need to give him the best I could.
Yeah.
You understand? So when you came in, it was like a big surprise.
Yeah.
Surprise in terms of 10 years. So, everyone was like, what? And fortunately for me, nobody knew in my family that I was pregnant.
Yeah.
Except one or two people. So each time I go for family meeting, I'm always wearing this big
hid
gown
your
that nobody
pregnancy.
will see, that
Yeah.
will hide my pregnancy. So when they said, auntie has a baby, auntie Ke, which auntie? Auntie, was she pregnant? Was she pregnant? And you are such an adorable baby to everyone. So, and my friend, Bolanle Bamboshe, she said, Ajomato Omo Yini is our baby. So it's like the baby of the whole thing, that
I am the
somebody
last
that is
born.
coming, and that has always been it. So we give God all the glory. So there was nobody who could ever say that mistake.
No.
It's even a surprise in
Okay.
terms of, even because a lot of people
welcome
felt me and my
surprise.
husband,
Yeah.
we were not together.
Yeah.
So nobody knew that. And he was there, you saw the pictures. So
Yeah.
he was so excited that, at least something is keeping you down now.
Yeah.
Because I'm that just
You're
go
going
get her.
somewhere
I just
else,
want to
yeah.
get my job done and then.
I wonder where I get it from. Okay, last thing. Who is your favorite child? Me or my brother?
Jamila and Jamima.
No, you can't say your grandchildren. You can't say your grandchildren, mommy. You have to answer for the people to watch. Who is your favorite I think Brayola is your favorite child.
Because
I
he's
think
the firstborn.
because he's a boy and he's your son, and you guys had 10 years before me, and you guys have the secret code and language. And I feel like because I'm so close to you, I'm so similar in our personalities that I just
I
don't.
love you.
Oh,
I just love you for what you are, for bringing that, because I never even knew I was going to have a baby again. I'm so contented with my son that we just carry ourselves anywhere. And then suddenly she came in and then she took over the whole show. So,
I did.
Yes.
I love you too, mommy.
I love you, my baby.
Well, guys, that is the end of the first official guest at the Am I Too Loud podcast on the road. My mommy. This was an interesting conversation, mommy.
Yes.
I feel like it's a lot we're going to probably say off camera, but thank you guys so much for watching and catching up. Do you have any last things you want to tell them?
Well, my advice to parents is know your children. Whatever it is, your child is your child. You cannot adopt any other person's child. So your child is your child. Whatever it is, begin to understand, and then I advise. Don't neglect their opinion. Look at it carefully and then guide.
Wow.
So to all parents out there, I am proud to be seated here. I feel so excited. I feel so elevated that yes, the whole world will be watching me with my little story. I have so much story to tell, but we just thank God for where we are today and for where God and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is taking us to, inshallah. So I pray for long life, more wisdom, good health, and prosperity, so that and then more knowledge in his deen and Rahman, and to give us that inner peace so that we'll be able to worship and accept what he wants us to do. I wish you all the best in your endeavor.
Oh, thanks, mommy. All right, guys. Signing out for all the immigrant kids, immigrant parents watching this, especially Black kids, white kids, strict parent kids, strict non-parent kids, everyone in between. If this episode resonated with you, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Rate us on Spotify. Conversations like this are tough but necessary. I really, really wanted my mom to be on the podcast because I wanted to show how I really come from a really, really normal background. Like, my mom is pretty normal and cool, but it's pretty normal. And we go through very typical family stuff. And I do things the way I do things. She does things the way she does things. By the end of the day, I think what bonds us together is like, we love each other very, very much. I love my mommy down. Anyone who knows me knows that. So once you have love in your hearts, I think everything else sort of falls into place at the end of the day. So it might be hard. It always feels really, really hard. But at the end of the day, like, just know, like, when you love each other, everything sort of works out. So thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next episode. And Mommy, thank you for being my first guest.
You're welcome. It's my pleasure.
Bye, guys.
Bye. Have a good week.
Oh, my days. That was so good.
Yeah, we're going to watch it.
We're going to what?
Donald.